Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is YAHMAD. So I know it's been a while since I made a set of videos, and obviously you've noticed I've been missing for a few months, but hopefully I will be back. And in this video series, I will be creating some animation skills-based videos. Okay, and hopefully will be creating some additional content for the other subjects as well and topics. Right, so in this video, we're going to be focusing on creating a frame-by-frame animation. So we're using Animate. So to get started, I will click on File and New. And what we can do is we can set the canvas size. So we can set it to 1000 pixels by 800 pixels. Okay. Oh, let's make it a little bit, yeah, that's fine. 1000 by 800. Let's click on Create. So as I've mentioned in the past, in a few seconds ago, we're going to be making a frame-by-frame animation using keyframes. So just before we get started, let me go through the interface. So on the left side, we have the tools. So you can add some shapes. So if you press down, there's additional options. You can insert some text. You can choose the fill of your text or shapes here. And then we have additional properties on this side here. This is a timeline, and this is what we're going to be using. So we have 30 frames per a second. So you can see 1 second is 30 frames, 2 seconds is 60 frames. And in this video, we're just going to be focusing on keyframes and using frame by frame animation. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the text tool, click on my canvas or stage. If you want to zoom out, you can do. And I'm going to write my name. So you can change the size of the font here. You can change the color of the font and the font style to a different font style here in this option. But let me get started. I'm going to type in my name is YAHMAD. And this is a selection tool up here. So you can click on the selection tool and then you can move objects on the stage. I'm going to place my name here. And if I go to Control, Test Movie, Test in Animate, you can see nothing is showing because the text is not on the stage yet. What I'm going to do is every second, I'm going to, actually no, every half a second. So that's 15 there. I'm going to animate the text to move onto the stage. So just going to move, pressing the right key on my keyboard just to move the text. And every time we have a keyframe, something is going to change. So to insert a keyframe, you just have to right click. So what we are now, so this 30 seconds, I want to go to 45 seconds. So to insert a keyframe, you right click and select keyframe. And every time we add a new keyframe, we're going to change the animation. So if I go to Control, Test Movie in Animate, what we have now is the text coming onto the stage, and then it goes back to the very start again. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just finish this off really quickly. Insert keyframe, just move it across. Okay, I'm just going to keep going, and it's a simple frame by frame animation. Okay, there we go. So I'm going up every 15th frame. And we'll see what this looks like in a minute. Okay, so insert a keyframe here as well. Let's just get it all on the stage for now, okay? Does it fit? Just about. So let's test this movie now and see what we have. So in Animate, so you can see the text is coming in. It's not a smooth transition. What we can do then is to keep this text on the stage for a while, we can insert some frames. So I'm going to insert a keyframe here. And during this period here, from this keyframe to this keyframe, nothing's going to happen. Okay, so if I go to Test Movie in Animate, you'll see once the name has scrolled onto the page, it's going to stay for a couple of seconds. And then we go back to the very beginning. Okay, so that's a bit of text animating by each frame, so by frame. Okay, so we go from this frame to this frame to this frame and so on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to name this layer as text. Okay, and we're going to do a similar thing, but we're going to do it now with pictures. So what I'm going to do is click on the plus here icon to add a new layer, and I'm going to type here images. So it's really useful that you guys are getting to a habit of naming your layers. So you'll notice this is light gray. So the images layer is light gray. That means we have nothing on that layer. You can see the text layer, the color of the frames are slightly different. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to lock the first layer so we can't edit the layer. And we're going to select the image layer. And I'm going to insert a keyframe here. Oops. So after the text has gone, or after the text has been displayed, we're going to start at this point now on the timeline. So we're about 6.5 seconds in. You can see 6 seconds is there and 7 seconds is here. What I'm going to do now is import some pictures to my stage. Okay, so I've got some pictures already of Manchester. This is the city I'm from. And we start off with Manchester United. It's not good times for Manchester United right now, but still the team I support. And what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to place this picture here. Okay. I know it's gone off the stage, but that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to 7 seconds, insert keyframe. Okay. So this picture is going to appear here. Okay. And then at this point here, we can change the picture. I'm going to click on it and press delete and import another picture. Let's go for this one here. So these are all pictures from Manchester. Hopefully one day you guys will go and visit. There we go. That's the second picture there. Okay, and I'm going to just insert. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in seconds. So we'll go up to 8 seconds. Okay, so what's going to happen is once the text is gone, you can see we go to the second layer. The Old Trafford picture will stay for a while, and then when it gets to this frame, this picture will stay for a while. The more frames that you have, the longer the picture will stay for. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go up in 2 seconds. So are we at 8 seconds? So you can see the length between the frames is increasing every time, and hopefully when I test this animation, you'll see the pictures will be staying on for longer. So let's insert a keyframe here. And in this keyframe, let's delete the picture. And let's include another picture. So we can go for this one here. Okay. And I'll just add one more picture and then we'll test. So the next picture will go up will remain for 3 seconds. So this picture is here from 8 seconds to 10 seconds. You can see here. And let's keep the next picture for. So you can see we have this picture here, and then changes to this picture. We want this to stay for 3 seconds. So from 10-second point to the 13-second point. And then at this point, it's going to change to something else. And then we'll check to see how this looks, guys. Okay, so import stage. Let me go for this one. Just press no for there. Actually, not that picture. Let me get this picture instead. I'd rather just keep it as landmarks. Right, and what we're going to do this time is we're going to keep this picture on the stage for maybe 4 seconds, perhaps. So for 13 to 17 seconds. Right, let's check to see what's going to happen. So what we have 2 layers. We've been using frame by frame animation, so inserting keyframes. Every time we insert a keyframe, something changes. So the text is coming in from the left onto the stage, and then from this point to this point, it's going to stay. nothing's going to happen. And then you'll see there's no frames left for this text, so this text will disappear. And then when we get to this point here, the images will come on. So as we change from picture to picture, the pictures will stay for longer and longer. So you can see from this keyframe to this keyframe, we don't have as many frames as the next keyframe to this keyframe. Okay, so let's go on ahead and check to see how this looks. The test movie in Animate. Okay, so you can see these pictures are staying for a little bit longer, depending on how many frames we have in between, and then we just loop again to the very beginning. So this video, guys, was all about frame by frame animation.